The European Parliament has passed a resolution urging sanctions on Russia in response to the alleged assassination plot against opposition figurehead Alexei Navalny. Peter Oliver in Berlin has more details.
532 MEPs voting in favour of this resolution, 84 against with 72 abstentions. What it could result in is asset freezes, travel bans and other sanctions against those that are featured in Alexei Navalny's anti-corruption videos. Could also lead to, they also want to see an international probe into what happened to Alexei Navalny. When they talk about an international probe, that's including the United Nations, the European Union, the Organisation for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons and others, all to be on side with that. And it talks about blocking the construction of Nord Stream 2, the gas pipeline that takes Russian gas or will take Russian gas under the Baltic Sea directly into Germany. Earlier this week, we heard from Josep Borrell, the EU High Representative for Foreign Affairs, saying that wasn't within the remit of the EU institutions to do. He said it would be up to the individual member states that are involved in the project if they were to cancel that, call it off, block it in any way, or just temporarily suspend it. However, we have heard from Ursula von der Leyen, the EU Commission President, saying now is the time for action.
And to those that advocate closer ties with Russia, I say that the poisoning of Alexei Navalny with an advanced chemical agent is not a one-off. We have seen the pattern in Georgia and in Ukraine, in Syria and Salisbury, and in election meddling around the world. And this pattern is not changing, and no pipeline will change that.
Well, Moscow is still saying Berlin must share with them the evidence that is behind the claims Alexei Navalny was poisoned. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov was also talking about Nord Stream 2. He says it's a purely commercial project and shouldn't be tied to anything political or diplomatic that's ongoing.
We strongly disagree with such a statement. It seems a deliberate misunderstanding or an unconscious misunderstanding of what really happened to the patient in Berlin. It is necessary to stop mentioning Nord Stream 2 in a political context. It is a commercial project that is absolutely in line with the interests of Russia and the countries of the European Union, particularly Germany.
Well, there was a similar feeling from Russia's permanent representative to the European Union. He said that the Nord Stream 2 gas pipeline project came about because of the European Union and in particular Germany's need for gas, a commercial need for that gas that still exists. And that's why, in his opinion, he thought the Nord Stream 2 pipeline would go ahead as had been planned. Well, Alexei Navalny, the man at the centre of all of this, in his alleged poisoning, is said to be recovering in the hospital he's still being treated at here in Berlin. Earlier this week, we heard from the hospital saying that he was now able to leave his bed for short periods of time.